Well, the Stephenville Town Council by-election occurred earlier this week, and the results are now official. Tom O'Brien came in at 1,083 votes, Maurice Hynes at 804, and Darren Roberts at 784. 12 people were on the ballot for the 3 vacant councillor positions after Tracy Boland, Tristan Hewlin, and Lenny Tiller announced their resignations in January. This morning, 2 of the 3 successful candidates join us now. Tom O'Brien, can you hear me, Tom?
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. And Maurice Hynes, can you hear me, Maurice?
Yes, good morning.
Fantastic. Good morning to you both. Thanks for making time. And I guess congratulations to you both as well. This is it's good news for you. I guess I want to start here at the beginning. Tom, why did you want to put yourself forward for council at this time in the town's history?
Well, Martin, I don't think there's any secret with all of the news in the media recently that the residents are concerned and dissatisfied with the direction the town was going in and some of the decisions that were being made. And I received a tremendous amount of encouragement from the residents of the community to put my name forward. I mean, they felt I had the experience. We're also councillor for 3 terms and the mayor for 3 terms. They felt that I had the experience and certainly the willingness to try to go back at it and help get things on the right track.
I want to come back to your comment in just a second, Tom. But Maurice, same question for you. Why was now a time that you wanted to be part of town council?
Well, I had been on council before, and with the resignation of the 3 councillors and the I guess going out looking for people to run, I felt that there was a lot of dissatisfaction in the community, and I felt that I should be able to offer my services again. It's 18 months, and I also felt that for someone new going in, it would probably take 3 to 4 months to get up to speed. So, and with the encouragement of my wife, she said, it's no good talking about it unless you're going to do something. So I put my hat into the ring.
You both talked there about some discontent in terms from the public, concerns about how issues are being addressed here. Tom, I'll go back to you here. What do you think of how council has been handling issues like the airport, for example, and the wind energy project?
Well, the airport issue is an issue that's been on the go for over 2.5 years now, and there's certainly a cloak of secrecy around that deal and agreement, and it's like the dice kept moving on the table, so to speak. I mean, in September of 2021, the price tag on the airport was $10 million. But somewhere along the line, over that 2.5 years, the $10 million fell off the table somehow. So and the list just went on, and there's so many false starts with the airport deal. It raised a lot of concern in the community.
Maurice, for you, thoughts here?
Yes, very much the same as Tom. I had met Mr. Diamond at least 3 or 4 times, and I expressed my concern to him. I said I'm very skeptical over your whole process, and I did so in front of the mayor, Tom Rose. There was no real concrete plan, and I was very concerned of where it was going. It raised an awful lot of hopes in the community. They were anxious for flights to come in, for the airport to go back, I guess, to its glory days, and I think they fell into a trap moving forward. And as Tom just said, there was not really any openness of what was transpiring, and I think that should have been shared with the citizens because it was their airport. And every month there was a different set of goals set forward by the Diamond Group of companies.
Maurice, the airport deal is done essentially here. So what impact do you want to make at this point in the process?
I think that the process needs to be fully explained and examined. If it's done and it's over, but my concern is that it's not really done because what was promised initially. For example, the fire hall, the control towers, the new equipment, airlines coming in. All of that hasn't happened yet. So I think that needs to be brought to the forefront to say this is what it really is. And right now, I don't think anybody really knows what it really is. Okay, there's been too many promises made. It needs to be cleared out so the citizens really know what they got or they don't have.
Tom, your thoughts there?
In line with what Maurice said, I mean, with all the false starts that I mentioned earlier, I mean, it's time to bring the deal back to reality. I mean, exactly where are we, and some realistic timelines for some of these promises and announcements to actually happen. I mean, it's affected people's lives. I mean, it's affected property prices in the town of Stephenville. It's affected the assessments on properties in the town of Stephenville, and therefore it has also had an upward pressure on people's taxes in the town of Stephenville. So you mean, make no mistake about it. I mean, council's business is the business of the people. Now, I know not everybody believes that, but that's the reality. I mean, the council's business is the people's business, and all this stuff has a direct impact on people's daily lives.
We've been focused so far on the airport deal, but there is that hydrogen ammonia plant waiting for approval as well. Tom, what do you want to see in terms of action there, and what role will you play now?
I mean, with World Energy, the windmills and the hydrogen plants, I mean, they're working their way through the environmental impact statement and that. And as I said before, I mean, the government has a job to do, and we respect the fact that the government has a job to do, but we ask them to do it diligently. But at the end of the day, I mean, they have to ensure that the project moves forward with the least amount of environmental impact, while at the same time maximizing the benefits to the region.
Certainly concerns from both of you, concerns from the public as well, and the community about what's being done with both of these big deals there. Maurice, in your view, how well have the interests of taxpayers been represented by the town council as of late?
Well, I guess that's part of the reason why we had an 88% turnout at the polls. It really showed that the citizens were really concerned. People who have been watching some of the council meetings and so on, there was very little discussion, very little explanation. Anything that was brought forward was quickly voted upon and passed. It is the business of the citizens to know what's going on. And no disrespect to anybody who's on council, but when they ran for the election last time, transparency, openness, and honesty was some of the key elements that they were going to have. And I think that the citizens were given a short leash on that. Very little was explained, and the rationale behind it wasn't explained. Taxes went up, water rates went up, and as I said, an awful lot of decisions were made, and the citizens hardly knew what was happening.
Tom, you're going to get the last word here. How concerned are you going into council with such concern on your part and for the community, and with so many questions about things and how they've been handled so far?
Stephenville has gone through difficult times in the past. I mean, and I was there for some of those difficult times. I mean, in 2005, when I was elected mayor, it was basically the same day as we had the flood here in Stephenville. So, you mean, there was a lot of uncertainty at that time. And then that was in September, 14th of December in 2005, the mill closed. I mean, and we lost $1 million revenue. But as a town, as a community, we worked through it. And the issues that we're facing now, we're a pretty resilient community, and we'll work through them. I mean, in my mind, the first place we have to start is within Town Hall itself. I mean, we have a great staff within Town Hall. A lot lot of those staff were there in 2005, and when we were going through all of that uncertainty, as you can appreciate, I mean, all of the town employees inside town hall, in our fire department, and in our public works department, I mean, job descriptions, and I mean, they're all unionized. I mean, job descriptions, they just shoved job descriptions to the side, and they done anything and everything that needed to be done for us to get through that difficult time, whether it was in their job description or not. A lot of those staff are still there, but I mean, they've had a rough few years. I mean, we got to bring it back to where it was to, or at least try to get it back as close to what it was to, and then start to build outwards from there.
All right. Tom, Maurice, I appreciate your time this morning. All the best with this new role.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Tom O'Brien and Maurice Hynes are Stephenville's newly elected councillors. And we did contact Darren Roberts. He was the third that was elected. We asked him for an interview as well. Unfortunately, he was not available.